After putting this last page together, I realized that CSS is truly broken. I'm launching my business, and I'm going to document the process here on YouTube. Is it going to succeed? I sure hope it will. But if you hit the subscribe button, I guess we'll both find out. I'm now in the business of making designers' lives easier. So something like this, which makes designers' lives harder, just gets to me. I mean, it honestly blows me away that we're still doing this by hand, that we're still hand coding. So what I was working on was the homepage. I wanted to do something different for the dashboard, which is where you actually get your work done and, select models and everything, and the homepage, which is kind of an introduction to the whole thing. So, I was just kind of assembling this, and it just ended up taking way longer than I was hoping. And yeah, it was just arranging these. These are actually the same points I was making here on my current landing page. So let me see if I can show you an example. So here, I just decentered this image, and what do you think the CSS for centering is? Is it text align center? No. Is it image align center? No. It's margin left auto, margin right auto. Who knew? And it's not just designers. Here's Gary Bernhardt, a programmer, saying, I just spent 2 hours failing to make some simple things line up with CSS. So I don't just mean to rant. I mean, we have some good design tools, and I'm building one. But yeah, this is just one thing that just seems to really get to me. And look, don't worry about it. I'm not going to try to solve CSS. At least not yet. I mean, there are some things. I mean, probably my favorite is Webflow. And here's Webflow. You may actually recognize it from, this is actually my landing page that I currently have up at mockup3d.com. And they have done a good job. I mean, they have some very nice controls here. But it's just nothing compared to, say, Adobe InDesign, which is what I have up here now. And here, I'm just going through it in real time right now. And you just see how simple it is to just take an image, drop it right in there. It's super simple, super visual, super easy, really, is easy to use and gets me as a designer. And, and then it's done. It's not like you've done a layout and then you have to make it work. It's like you've just done it. And, there is some technology behind there. I mean, there's things like PostScript and all that, but just having this ease of use, I just can't believe there isn't something there yet for the web that really lets you do that in this way. And I should note, HTML and CSS was not the first type of programming that created visuals. Adobe didn't start with Photoshop. They started with creating a programming language that makes visuals. It's called PostScript. Let me show you. I'm actually going to open Illustrator, which was used as the original PostScript drawer. And I'm going to take my logo, and it's an AI file, but I'm going to go ahead and save it as an EPS, which stands for Encapsulated PostScript. And we'll save it in the way earliest version I can get, which is Illustrator 3. And then we can take a look at that, and you can see it's a code. It's not just a binary file. There is code that determines all of these curves and everything. But nobody ever writes that code. You just create the imagery. And I know the web is different. You got to change the size of a window, be responsive, and of course you have to use the code to be able to automate over it. I mean, I of all people know that. I have to automate over the code to make all these boxes happen. And I know there's a whole history, and of course the web is changing really quickly, so it's really hard to keep up. I mean, I know why all of this hasn't happened. It just feels a lot harder than it should be. And, that's kind of my mission, is to make things a little bit easier for designers. That's what I hope to do. And it frustrates me that I can't do it here. All right, well, thank you guys. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.